Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're at low force, high force circular walk. As you can see, we've parked up in the lay-by, free. If you wanted to, left hand side you've got Bowlees. You can pay for parking that way. So I did get a request on YouTube channel to do a walk with the group. So let's go through everyone. We have Paul,
Right.
Connor,
Right.
Ray, Chris,
Right.
and Graham. So today we have got quite a few people with us. People have different experiences. So we have Paul here, who's an ex-marine. So he's been out in the field quite a lot, but he's not been on a hike with me. We have Graham here, who has been hiking in his lifetime, but not like this. So Spud's, sorry, Graham's getting into it now. Let's hope he likes it. So you'll come to a bridge, which is a blue one, which is crossing over the Tees. As you can see, one by one, over the bridge. You never know. Well done. So when you cross the bridge, this is where you've got a few options. Left, you've got Holwick. To the right, that's the Pennine Way. We're going to follow the Pennine Way all the way up, past low force, up to high force. That's it so far. Watch what you're doing. You can get a bit slippy. It does give you information of all the local walks, distance and circular walks. Information about the nature, what you'll see, and the code of practice around the area. The walk today is a fairly simple one. There's a couple of tough bits to go up the hills, but apart from that, it's just common sense. Just be careful everywhere you're standing, but most of all, enjoy it. This is Ray and Connor.
Right.
They've been out quite a couple of times now. Do you think it's going to be a double up high force?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Hopefully. We're about a mile into the walk now, near halfway up to high force. What you'll start to notice now is a bit of an incline up the hills. Keep on the same path, don't veer off anywhere, and it won't be long. What you'll find is when walking in a group, people have different abilities, different experiences, so it's always good practice to have someone who's knowledgeable of the area in front, leading, and someone who also knows the area at the rear. Today I'm at the rear, walking with Graham. Like we said, it's his first time out. He's loving it. Let's keep going. So you'll come up to a bridge. You do have the option to go that way, but we're not today. That would take you up round to near the High Force Hotel. But today we're going to continue on up the Pennine Way, heading up towards the view of High Force. On the way you'll find notice boards of information, what you're going to see, the nature, and also you have this.
Please turn me till the message plays. Please turn me till the message plays.
About a kilometre upstream from here is the spectacular High Force Walk.
As you can see, just through the trees on the far side, you'll see the High Force Hotel. You can park over there, and there's a private path that will take you down towards High Force. But we're doing the free version. You'll come to a little windy path full of all the growth. Don't worry, High Force, you'll be able to hear it round about now. It's just past the tree line, right hand side. As you can see, we're here now. We've got 5 minutes while watching the force. High Force, just be careful. You do always get one idiot that tries to take a slow-mo and ends up having an accident. Right, so we're up High Force now. What the plan is, we're going to continue on the Pennine Way for a good few miles, yes, and then we're going to cross over the bridge, other side of the river, and that's going to complete our circular walk. We're doing alright so far. Everyone's enjoying themselves. There's no rain, it's been spot on. When you walk past High Force, you'll come to a little spot where you have to do your feet. The purpose of this is because there's bacteria and other compounds that's going to be on your feet that might affect trees and plant life on the way. On the way up the Pennine Way, on the right hand side, you'll see a quarry. And as you keep walking on the left, you'll start to see becks coming down from the hill. And some have little waterfalls which looks absolutely fantastic. Definitely a great photo opportunity. So just behind us there on the right hand side, that's the quarry. Looks brilliant on a night time. Loads of little white lights kicking about. There's been a few times I've walked up here and there's been a few people camping, but the rules are you're meant to be out of the way, so Just for instance, just from the back of us over there, you've got Noon Hill. That's kind of out the way. You could probably get away with someone hiking around that area, but you don't really want to be in amongst it where you're near the public paths. Out the way so you're not being seen. So we're just about to get up to the, I would kind of say a little hard bit. It's been quite easy so far. Now we're going to start the incline up, which is going to veer off to the right. So as you can see, we're starting to ascend up to the hills. It's not too bad. It's kind of the time where you got to put your arse out and just get on with it. Little prime example here. So as you can see on here, Paul, proper sweating.
Carrying a bit of timber.
It might be ideal to maybe bring a spare t-shirt, because once you're wet and you start getting a bit nippy, things can go south pretty quickly. So as you can see, we've got Chris here with his drone.
And Anderson aerial videography.
That's it, we're getting mixed up with Andy and Chris. His drone's in the sky now, getting aerial footage. And I've just dropped my selfie stick in some rabbit poo. We're at the top of the hill now. We're going to veer off to the right, and it's going to descend down to the river again, and then eventually we'll be crossing over to the bridge, continuing on the other side. Okay, we've walked up to the hill. It's gone reasonably flat. You'll come to these stones. There's two stones. That's when we're going to veer off to the right. As you can see, we're just walking past the farm now. Part of your feet wet yet?
A little bit, mate.
I can feel it around my toes now. That's going to happen, and it's all right. You can always bring yourself a spare pair of socks, or just get on with it and man up. We're at the bridge now. As you can see, we're just about to cross it. Immediately after crossing the bridge, we're going to be taking a left. We're continuing on the Pennine Way. There's plenty of signs up, and where we've just come from there, the walk down was absolutely fantastic. Stepping stones the whole way. Brilliant. We're still on the Pennine Way, but you've just got to be careful, because like we were saying at the beginning of the video, we do have some amateur walkers here. Just take your time. There's no rush. Just make sure that you're safe. Sometimes when you're in a walk, you do need a pee break. This is the time. They've all decided to go. Well done. Come to the other bridge now. As you can see, well signposted. Got the signs here. This is something funny that we've just come across. Beware of the trolls under the bridge.
Mackerel.
Right, okay, so this bit could be quite confusing to some people. So you've got a couple of signs here saying where the Pennine Way is going to lead to. We're going to still be following the trail, but now it's the YHA trail, which is going to veer off to the right. Right, we've come round from the bridge, we've headed up. We're now turning left. We're still following the trail. We haven't done this way before yet, so it's new to us. Trial and error, as they say. We've diverted a bit, and the reason is because I wanted to show you where the youth hostel is. So the youth hostel is over there, And if you didn't want to go to the youth hostel, you would continue straight over the road. Then we're going to veer off to the right just before the B&B. See, sometimes you come across a few things in the way. This doesn't seem to be moving very fast anywhere. Just be careful when you're around livestock, you never know what could happen. You know, one of them might even take a crap on you. We've just come past another farmhouse there. Beautiful, but there was no sign, public path, turn right. So this is where the OS map will come in handy. There's a gap in the fence over there. People might think that's the way to go. It's easy to get confused, but we're going the right way. Because today I've got the OS map on my phone and it's all been pre-planned and you just follow the route. Sometimes on the old walls, that's not being managed well enough. You've got to improvise. We now passing a place called Hanging Shore. That's the name of the area. You can see it looks like incredibly old buildings. Lovely old farmhouse. Another old building. And there's the updated farmhouse. When you're walking around the farms, you've got to be careful. As you can see, 2 random eggs. Some birds' little nest. Just be careful. They're more or less camouflaged in. We're heading down back to the B road. You'll be able to see this in our fitness app record, but at the minute we're doing all right. We're still following the public right of way. Heading back to Bowlees. So the walk hasn't really gone to plan 100%, but it doesn't matter. We're all out together. We're having a good time, aren't we?
Yeah!
We're having a good time, and that's the main thing. We're getting out fresh air, enjoying life. That's what it's all about. You only live once, make the most of it. Okay, a bit of an update of where we are. We're heading down to the B road. When we get to the B road, we're going to veer off to the right, and then not too far down the road, it's left, and then you'll get onto a path which will take you directly to Bowlees Visitor Centre. We haven't got long to go now. Right, so we're just heading down the B road now. Like I said, we've turned right, public path sign just down the road, veer off left, and then after that you're going to get onto a little farm track, and that's going to take us to the Bowlees Visitor Centre. Because you might slip. Here you've just got to be careful. We've come off the B road, went down a very steep hill, come to another bridge, go over the bridge, turn right. Come down the hill, like I say, we've crossed over the river. We're now back on the farm track, which is going to take us back on to the B road. And then it's the final chapter of today's walk. Sometimes when you follow and you walk and you get misplaced to where you're going, sometimes you'll end up in the most beautiful places. Do you remember that time we was on that walk and we had our dinner?
On the tree that fell over, is that the one?
I can't remember where it was, but me and Ray got lost and we ended up in this on this river, and there was no one about for miles. It was proper lush. We had our lunch on a tree that fell over the river. It was class. Really enjoyed that day.
Stumbled across it, didn't we?
Aye, lovely. As you can see there, lovely little cave. Must go in and then come out. Class. They must have had the budget cut. We're on one path now. This is the path. That's going to take us back to Bowlees. Nice and simple. Not too long to go. Before you get back to Bowlees Visitor Centre, you'll go through Ash Hill. Very scenic old house. You're going to go straight through the grounds, over the cattle grid, continue on. So we're at Bowlees Visitor Centre now. As you can see, we've just walked down the path. It wasn't too far from the last checkpoint. Walking down the path now. But today, we're going to be walking left and we're going to pop into Gibson's Cave. If you wanted to, you would just turn right and go back to the car park. When you do this walk, you'll find there is toilets on the way, so if you do need the toilet, you can always pop in them. Disabled ones always open, just in case. This is the first little waterfall that you're going to come to before you get to Gibson's Cave. You got one there, you got another one a bit further up. Quite powerful today. So the last time I came it was just trickling. This is what it would usually look like. But you wouldn't normally see a dead sheep there. Right, we're back in the car now. We've done the walk. I don't exactly know how far we've walked yet, but one of the lads is just saying there 17 kilometres, but I'll put a map up at the end of where we've walked and hopefully you'll follow it. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, like and watch some more. See you later on.